In the bustling heart of New York City, where skyscrapers pierced the sky like ambitious dreams, a little girl with wide, innocent eyes tugged at the hem of a tailored suit. "Mommy," she whispered, her voice carrying through the sleek boardroom like a secret unveiled. The CEO, Elena Vasquez, froze mid-sentence, her sharp presentation on quarterly profits forgotten. She turned to the child, then to the man standing awkwardly in the doorway, the company's top engineer, single dad Marcus Reed. "Why does your daughter call me mommy?" Elena asked, her voice a mix of confusion and curiosity. Marcus's face drained of color, and as he opened his mouth to respond, the room held its breath. What he said next would change everything, but would it shatter hearts or mend them? The story had begun months earlier, in the quiet suburbs just outside the city, where Marcus Reed juggled blueprints and bedtime stories. A widower at 35, Marcus had lost his wife, Sarah, to a sudden illness 3 years ago. Sarah had been the light in their lives, vibrant, kind, with a laugh that could chase away storms. Now, it was just him and little Lily, his 5-year-old daughter, navigating a world that felt a little dimmer each day. Marcus worked for Technova, a cutting-edge tech firm led by the formidable Elena Vasquez. Elena was a force of nature, 38, unmarried, and laser-focused on her career. She'd built the company from a garage startup to a billion-dollar empire, but her personal life was a carefully guarded fortress. No one knew much about her beyond the boardroom. Rumors whispered of a tragic past, but she dismissed them with a steely glare. Marcus's days were a blur of code and crayons. He'd drop Lily at daycare before rushing to the office, where he'd bury himself in innovative projects that kept Technova ahead of the curve. But lately, the strain was showing. Lily had started acting out, tantrums at school, nightmares at home. "I want mommy," she'd cry, clutching a faded photo of Sarah. Marcus's heart broke every time. He tried everything, therapy sessions, playdates, even a disastrous attempt at dating. But work demanded more, especially with the upcoming launch of their flagship AI product. Elena had noticed Marcus's distractions during meetings, his eyes glazing over as he checked his phone for daycare updates. One day, she called him into her office. "Reed, your work is slipping." "What's going on?" she demanded, her tone sharp but not unkind. Marcus hesitated, then poured it out, the grief, the exhaustion, the fear of failing as a father. To his surprise, Elena didn't fire him. Instead, she softened, sharing a rare glimpse into her own life. "I lost my sister young," she said quietly. "Raised her kids for a while. It's not easy." From that moment, an unlikely alliance formed. Elena adjusted his schedule, allowed flexible hours, even set up an on-site childcare pilot program. Marcus was grateful, but he kept his distance. Elena was his boss, after all. Lily, however, had other ideas. The first time she met Elena during a company family day, her eyes lit up. "You look like mommy," she said, pointing to Elena's dark curls and warm smile, so similar to Sarah's. Elena laughed it off, but the seed was planted. As weeks turned to months, Marcus found himself relying on Elena more than he cared to admit. She'd drop by his desk with coffee, offer advice on parenting books, even babysit Lily once when his sitter canceled. "It's just professional courtesy," she'd say, but her eyes betrayed a deeper warmth. Marcus felt a spark, something he hadn't felt since Sarah, but he pushed it down. He couldn't risk his job, or his heart. Lily, though, bonded instantly. She'd draw pictures for Aunt Elena, chattering about her during dinner. Marcus dismissed it as a phase, until one evening when Lily's innocent words hit like a thunderbolt. They were at home, building a fort out of blankets, when Lily asked, "Daddy, can Elena be my new mommy?" Marcus's heart stopped. How could he explain the complexities of loss and longing to a child? But before he could answer, the phone rang, Elena, inviting them to a company picnic. He said yes, but doubt gnawed at him. What if this was leading somewhere dangerous? The picnic was a turning point, filled with laughter and sunshine in Central Park. Elena organized games, her usual CEO armor replaced by jeans and a ponytail. She scooped Lily up for a piggyback ride, and the little girl giggled uncontrollably. Marcus watched, a mix of joy and jealousy stirring in his chest. Sarah had loved picnics, this felt like a betrayal. As the day wound down, Elena pulled Marcus aside. "Your daughter is amazing," she said. "You're doing a great job." Their hands brushed, and for a moment, time stood still. But then Lily ran up, hugging Elena's legs. "Mommy, can we get ice cream?" she asked. Elena's smile faltered. "Sweetie, I'm not," but Lily insisted, "You are. You make Daddy smile like Mommy did." Marcus intervened quickly, scooping Lily up and mumbling apologies. As they drove home, he glanced in the rearview mirror at his sleeping daughter. How had this happened? And what would he do if Elena pulled away now? Back at work, tension simmered. Elena avoided Marcus's desk, burying herself in meetings. He wondered if he'd overstepped, if Lily's words had scared her off. The AI launch loomed, a high-stakes event that could make or break the company. Marcus threw himself into final tweaks, but his mind wandered. One late night, as rain pounded the office windows, Elena found him alone in the lab. "We need to talk," she said. Her voice was steady, but her eyes were stormy. Marcus braced himself. "About Lily, why does she call me that?" He sighed, ready to explain the resemblance, the kindness. But as he spoke, Elena interrupted. "It's not just that, is it?" What she revealed next would turn Marcus's world upside down, but could he handle the truth? Elena paced the room, her heels clicking like a countdown. "Marcus, there's something I haven't told anyone at Tech Nova." She stopped, facing him. "Sarah, your wife, she was my best friend in college. We lost touch after graduation, but I followed her life from afar. When I heard she passed, I made sure you got the job here. I wanted to help, anonymously." Marcus stared, pieces clicking into place. The lucky interview, the flexible policies, they weren't coincidences. "Why didn't you say anything?" he whispered. Elena's eyes filled with tears. "Because I was in love with her once. Not like that, but deeply, platonically. She was my anchor. And when she died, I felt guilty for drifting away. Helping you and Lily, it's my way of honoring her." Marcus reeled. This explained Lily's instant connection. Elena had visited them once, years ago, when Lily was a baby. Subconscious memories? Or fate? But as emotions swirled, a bigger question loomed: could this friendship become more? Before he could ask, alarms blared. The AI prototype malfunctioned, sparking in the lab. Flames licked the edges. "Get out!" Marcus yelled, but Elena rushed to contain it. In the chaos, would they escape, or would this revelation burn everything to ashes? They contained the fire with extinguishers, but the damage was done, the prototype ruined, launch delayed. Investors panicked, stocks dipped. Elena faced the board, defending Marcus's work. "This is a setback, not a failure," she argued. Privately, though, doubt crept in. Had her personal involvement clouded her judgment? Marcus, racked with guilt, offered to resign. "I can't let this hurt the company, or you." But Elena refused. "We're in this together." Over the next weeks, they rebuilt, not just the AI, but their bond. Late nights turned into deep conversations. Marcus shared stories of Sarah's quirks, her love for stargazing. Elena opened up about her lonely childhood, her drive to succeed masking a fear of vulnerability. Lily, sensing the shift, drew family portraits with all three of them. "See? Happy family, she'd say. Marcus's heart ached with possibility, but fear held him back. What if he lost again? The relaunch approached, tension thick as fog. Elena confided in Marcus one evening over takeout in the office. If this fails, I might lose everything. He took her hand. You won't. And even if, you'd have us. Their first kiss was tentative, electric, a bridge between past and future. But the next day, disaster struck. A rival company leaked sabotage rumors, pointing fingers at Marcus. Reporters swarmed, digging into his personal life. Single dad involved with CEO, conflict of interest, headlines screamed. Elena's board demanded answers. Marcus faced her in the conference room, Lily unexpectedly there after a daycare mix-up. As accusations flew, Lily toddled in, calling "Mommy" to Elena. The room went silent. Why does your daughter call me Mommy? Elena asked again, this time in front of everyone. Marcus's answer would decide their fates, but what if it exposed secrets that could destroy them all? With the board watching, Marcus stood tall. Because you've become more than a boss or a friend, he said. Lily sees in you the love and strength her mother had. You've been there for us in ways I never expected, guiding, protecting, caring. Sarah would have wanted that for her. For us. Elena's eyes widened, speechless. The board murmured, but one member nodded. This isn't just business. It's human. The sabotage proved false, a hacker's prank, and the relaunch succeeded spectacularly. Technova soared, but more importantly, lives mended. Months later, under a starlit sky, Marcus proposed to Elena in the park where it all deepened. Lily, now 6, scattered petals, calling her Mommy with joy. They built a family, blending grief with new love. Challenges came, blending careers, healing old wounds. But they faced them together, proving that second chances bloom from the ashes of loss. This story reminds us that vulnerability can lead to profound connections, and that it's okay to let others in after heartbreak. Love doesn't replace the past, it honors it. If this tale touched your heart, hit that like button and subscribe for more inspiring stories that celebrate resilience and hope. Thanks for watching.